South Africa's Automotive Master Plan was meant to grow car production, increase local manufacturing and create jobs by 2035. But questions are now being asked about whether the sector is meeting its targets and why the country has slipped to second position in terms of the biggest car producers in Africa. The Portfolio Committee on Trade, Industry and Competition received a briefing from the department and industry players on the progress made as well as challenges and lessons learnt from global competitors. Business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo has those details.
Industry body NACAM says none of South Africa's Automotive Master Plan targets are on track to be achieved by 2035, more than a decade since its introduction.
So our view is quite simple. Domestic policy and market shortcomings plus global changes have rendered the master plan targets fairly ineffective. And I'd like to put it as clearly as we believe an urgent and decisive policy intervention is needed to prevent further decline in the manufacturing sector.
Industry leaders say urgent policy action is needed to stop further decline. One of the biggest concerns is local manufacturing. The master plan sets a target of 60% localization by 2035, but local production has stalled at around 39%, limiting job creation and weakening the industry. The Department of Trade, Industry and Competition says fixing this requires a collaborative approach.
Demand side, and some of the instruments are outside the DTIC. The issue of fleet management and the number of years in which cars remain in the system, they also have an impact on the manufacturing and the buying of new vehicles. So we have to engage the Department of Transport on that.
South Africa exports about 2/3 of the vehicles it produces. It brings in foreign income, but also leaves the sector exposed to global trade shocks. Growing local demand means difficult talks with the National Treasury, which the industry says is too cautious. Deputy Minister Zuko Godlimpi says short-term budget pressures are hurting long-term industrial growth.
You try to say, defend industrial output, subsidize industrial activity as much as you can for growth to take off. But then they ask you questions about, in the here and now, I need to give the Department of Health money, I need to give social development. What do I do?
At the same time, global pressures are mounting. Policy shifts in the United States and Europe, uncertainty around AGOA, rising Asian competition, and Morocco overtaking South Africa as the continent's top car producer are squeezing local manufacturers. The Trade Department says its so-called butterfly approach aims to protect existing markets while unlocking new ones.
Optimizing African markets, expanding our footprint to the ASEAN region, and including maintaining our footprint in the European market. And I think what the presentation was raising was the biggest risk in that regard is the EU's insistence that we have to transition away from the internal combustion engine. And that is why we have to move with speed on the EV part of things.
These includes moving faster into electric vehicles where new investments and jobs are expected. Employment in the sector has held at about 150,000 jobs, but plant closures and underused factories signal strain. Trade experts say Morocco's success comes from faster policy decisions, stronger localization, and clear EV support. ITEC Chair Ayabonga Cawe says South Africa's critical minerals and battery manufacturing policy could unlock the master plan's potential if policy implementation moves quickly.
There are some proposals contained therein that are likely to amend, if they are accepted, how it is that we treat some of the raw materials, Honorable Chance, that are available within SACU and within SADC that are crucial to battery-grade precursor material that is used in making batteries. And I think that that's another key opportunity that would improve our value proposition as a destination market for the assembly and manufacture of new energy vehicles.
Industry Business Council NAMSA agrees on one central issue. Without stronger support for local demand, the master plan's 6 pillars from localization to technology will continue to fall short. For now, the DTIC says that 2035 remains the target, with policy reviews and localization proposals underway. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Johannesburg.